This is Miss Sebastian, and we're going to look at area of trapezoids. So the area of a trapezoid is 56 square units. So the first thing I need to do is write my formula. There we go. Okay, so the area is 56. We know the 1/2. We don't know the height, but we know our two bases are 6 and 10. So I'm going to do the first step and rewrite while adding that 6 and 10 to get 16. Now I'm going to multiply these two. 16 times 1/2 is 8. So now I'm going to divide both sides by 8 and solve as an equation. So I'm just left with h equals 7, and that is 7 units. Okay, number 2. A trapezoid has base lengths. Let me rewrite this real quick. Okay, base lengths of 9 and 12, and an area of 52.5 centimeters squared. Okay, so I'm going to combine these two and get 21. I'm going to move the h to this side just so it's a little bit easier to look at. And I'm going to multiply 21 times 1/2 and get 10.5. And then divide both sides by 10.5. When I divide, I do get that the height is 5 centimeters. Number 3. The segment representing the height divides the trapezoid into a square and a right triangle. What is the length of the bottom base of the trapezoid? Okay, so I've got 5 here because it is a rectangle and they are parallel. So all I have to do to find the bottom base is add these two. 5 plus 2 gives me 7 centimeters. Okay, Eric cut a piece of wood into the shape of a trapezoid. The trapezoid had base lengths of 8 and 9. Okay, the height was 13. What is the area? So I'm just going to rewrite, combining the 8 and the 9, and that's going to be 17. And now I'm just going to multiply 1/2 times 13 times 17, and I do get that the area is 110 and 5/10 inches squared. Okay, what is the height of the trapezoid who have base lengths of 11 and 18? And an area that is 87. So the first thing we need to do is combine inside the parentheses. 11 plus 18 is 29. 29 times a half is 14.5. And then divide both sides by 14.5. And I get that my height is 6 units. Okay, number 6. What is the height of a trapezoid? Okay, when the bases have lengths of 5 and 11, and the area is 64. So 5 times 11 is 16. So I've got 1/2 times 16 times h equals 64. 1/2 times 16 is 8. And when I divide both sides by 8, I do get that h is equal to 8, and these are inches. Okay, a rectangular playground measures 32 by 40 feet. Okay, there's a sandbox in the middle of the playground that is shaped like a trapezoid. The trapezoid has base lengths of 8 and 12 and a height of 14. So I'm going to multiply these all the way through. 1/2 times 14 times 8 plus 12 is 20. So I know that the area of the sandbox is 140 feet squared. Now the whole playground is a rectangle, 32 by 40. So I'm just going to multiply those and get the length of the area of the entire playground, and that area is 1,280 square feet. So the area of the playground without the sandbox, I'm going to subtract those. 1,280 minus 140. So the area without the sandbox is 1,140 feet squared. Okay, number 8. A gardener is buying soil for his new garden. One bag of soil will cover 40 meters squared. The garden is shaped like a trapezoid. With bases of 15 and 19 and the height of 11. How many bags of soil will they need? So I'm going to multiply 1/2 times 11 times 34, and I get that the area of that is 187. Now to figure out how many bags they will need, I've got to divide 187 by 40, and I get that they'll use 4.675 bags, but they would need to buy 5 bags because you can't buy a portion of a bag at the store.